All right, I just want to talk about the Sixers and their last two games of their five-game road trip. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. Sixers had their fourth and fifth game in like 6 and 7 nights. They played the Pacers, and then they played the Timberwolves the night after. But the Pacers game, barely any defense played. The Sixers ended up winning 147 to 143. Joel Embiid had 42 points. Harden had 14 points but 20 assists. It was the second time this season he's dropped 20 assists, which is absolutely insane. And then the Timberwolves game, there was no Harden, but Embiid had 39 on the second night of a back-to-back, and he was just so efficient. He finished 4 of 4 from 3, and I don't think he's ever hit that many threes and not missed it in a game. And I feel like that's got to be up there with most threes made by a center without missing. I could be wrong, but I think 4 threes by a center without a single miss is pretty impressive. But yeah, Embiid just dominated the Timberwolves. He dominated multiple Defensive Player of the Year winner Rudy Gobert, and I mean that Rudy Gobert trade just looks worse and worse every day. But Embiid had 22 points in that third quarter, and that just blew the game wide open. Maxey, during this stretch as well, multiple 20-point games. He's had 6 20-point games in a row ever since he's been brought back in the starting lineup. He's been balling. I think we have the old Tyrese Maxey back, and that's really good to see. Sixers have just been playing at another level. Obviously snapping the Bucks winning streak, and then winning 2 more games on the road. I mean, to go 4-1 on a tough 5-game road trip, I mean, you're playing 5 games in 7 nights. Heat, Mavericks, Bucks, Pacers, Timberwolves. That is a tough 5-game road trip. And the Heat and Mavericks were back-to-back. Then you get a day rest, Bucks, day rest, and then another back-to-back. To go 4-1 in that stretch, that's really impressive. That shows you just that this team can compete, and that they have real ambitions to contend, and they have beat every team. They have been able to get over the hump with every team besides Boston, but there still is one more game, and if they can at least win that game against Boston, even if Boston has won the season series, that makes you feel a little bit better going into the playoffs. If the Sixers can at least beat Boston one more time, or at least beat Boston once before the playoffs. And they play the Bucks again, I think right before that Celtics game. So if they can beat the Bucks one more time, that will make you feel really good too. Because I think at this point the Sixers are it's 2-1 the season series. But yeah, this 5-game road trip was impressive. I mean, their only loss was against the Mavericks, and the Sixers definitely could have put up more of an effort on the defensive end when it came to rebounding and trying to stop Luka and Kyrie. But at the same time, it took an incredible performance from Luka and Kyrie to win the Mavericks that game, because they both had 40 points, I believe. So they combined for 80 plus points, which yeah, they can do that on any given night, but the likelihood of that happening is not that high. Usually, as we've seen with most of the games played, usually one has 30, the other has mid-20s, or maybe they both have 30. 40 and 40 is pretty uncommon. And that's what they had to do to beat the Sixers that night. So, I mean, if it takes that type of performance, you'll live with that. But to go 4-1 on this tough 5-game road stance, I just keep saying it, it's impressive. You can't be mad at that. They're 43 and 22 right now. They're the 3rd seed. They're a game and a half or 2 games behind Boston for the 2nd seed, 4 games back from the 1st seed, and they have 17 games left to play. There's a real chance that they could finish with the top 2 seed. I don't know how likely it is, because they have the harder schedule. They have a way harder schedule than the Celtics and the Bucks do, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I think the Celtics have the 23rd easiest remaining schedule, or the 23rd hardest, and then the Bucks have middle of the road difficulty schedule, and then the Sixers still have a top four hard schedule left. But yeah, it's just, I'm really enjoying this team. this is definitely the most fire they've had in the Joel Embiid era. Like, just, they come out and they compete almost every night. There are a few games where, like, you can tell that, like, they are not engaged, but, like, I'm really excited for the playoffs, because, like, the Sixers at their best can compete against anyone. And it just seems that in the playoffs, we're gonna really see that, because I think in the playoffs they're really gonna bring it, because we've seen it, like, that they have brought it most of the season. And I mean, they started off the season 12-12 and have gone 31-10 in their last, like, 41 games. So, like, they have what it takes. They have the talent. They just have to bring the effort. And I think in the playoffs we will see the most motivated Embiid and probably the most motivated Harden. He has been playing just super motivated. He has been hustling. I've never seen James Harden hustle as much as he has this season, diving on the floor for loose balls, just willing to play defense. Like, even though, like, he's not like the best defender, like, he's been just trying his best on the defensive end a lot of times. And, like, you can't be mad at that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. Peace.